What's up, plant friends, and welcome back to my third ever episode of the Agony Plant. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate everyone who is taking part in this little feature. Hopefully I'm here to help you guys with your houseplant problems, and today I've got a couple that I'm going to share with you. So let's just jump straight into it. So Lindsay got in contact with her Pachira aquatica. Now this is a beautiful, large 6-foot Pachira that they've had for over 7 years. Now that is an achievement within itself. But Lindsay has emailed in saying that she's experiencing these welts and this clear, sticky sap. And this is affecting the older leaves, but it's not on the new growth. So in our emails, we've tried to cover all bases. So we've talked about pests. So I would have been on the lookout for mealybugs, scale, but Lindsay has said there's no pests, so that's a good sign. We've covered the watering schedule and fertilising. So whether the plant actually needs repotting or if it just needs a fresh bit of nutrients. Lindsay has mentioned that she's been using coffee ground as fertiliser and whether this might actually be affecting the plant or not. Now, I've tried a little bit of coffee grounds and I'm not too sure whether it's such a good fertiliser, so let me know if you find it works for you. And then finally we covered guttation. So overall the health of the plant is actually really good and it looks very healthy. And since the problems or the yellowing of the leaves is just affecting the old leaf growth, I wouldn't really be too worried. So my thoughts are that it is just a natural leaf turnover and guttation. Now, guttation is a natural process and I'm still trying to wrap my own head around it and trying to understand it fully. It's a process that usually happens, I think, early morning or mainly during the night, and it only happens to certain kind of species. So I usually notice it on my Alocasia zebrina, and I've really noticed it on this Alocasia as well. And I noticed it when I've watered the plant maybe later in the afternoon or the evening, and then woken up to kind of like water residue on the tips and it kind of like crying almost. So yeah, if I understand it correctly, guttation, it is water evaporating through the hydrothodes. And it can happen if there's excess atmospheric humidity, or it arises from the pressure of transpiration changing from day to night. And transpiration again is just a natural plant process of water moving through the plant, and usually it ends up as water evaporating through the stomata of the plant during the day, which is why you're advised to group plants together so then they can start creating their own little humid atmosphere. I think I got that right, but if I haven't, I would love to know your thoughts, because yeah, I'm still learning just like you guys are still learning. So we also had Maya get in contact with her Pilea peperomioides. So she noticed that after cleaning the plant down with a soft cloth, these kind of scratch marks on there. Now I am pretty certain that this is just aesthetical damage and that it's not going to cause any harm to your plant. And my suspicions is there was probably a tiny little bit of grit either on the leaf or on the cloth that you didn't notice. So those kind of markings are almost like scar tissue. They're never going to heal back. So you will just have to kind of live with that, I'm afraid. But it's really good to be routinely wiping your plant's leaves down. So over time, your plant will start to accumulate a little bit of dust on the leaves. And if you don't routinely wipe them down, that is going to halt the photosynthesis process a little bit. So what I advise is getting kind of like a microfiber cloth, and I find this works just really well, and just really lightly wiping the leaves. I'm not really adding too much pressure. I'm just really kind of lightly touching and wiping the leaves down. And that really should be enough. Some people like to use some warm water and then afterwards coconut oil to really give some added shine to your foliage. But that is just a useful tip to start using on your houseplants anyway. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this episode useful. If you've got a plant problem or you'd like to get involved, please just shoot me an email to info@leafterrariums.com or find me on Facebook. Please include any images and the care and conditions you've been given that plant, and hopefully I'll be able to help you out. If you're really enjoying this feature, then please let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to support me during this time, then I do have a donations page on my website. I fully understand that we're all going through some turbulent times, especially financially, but I would love to shout out a few of my followers for their donations already. So thank you to Sadie Fox, Lucy Sloth and Sophie Savage. I fully appreciate your donations and your support during this time, and with your donations I have been able to update some of my equipment, so thank you so much. Alright, that's it from me. That's it from me. So I'll see you next time. Bye.